Volleyball.com here with head volleyball coach Dan Meske. First week of practice in the books for you guys. What has stood out for you so far?
Well, I love the competition in our gym. I think we've just kind of picked up right where we left off last year. I think that was, we talked about our competitive muscle, and we have to train that like anything else. And it's been really, really fun to see our girls get after it in a really healthy, competitive environment. That's been the highlight so far.
You kind of mentioned that competition. There's been a lot of new faces in the gym at every position. How has that competition helped everybody improve their own game?
Yeah, I think, well, it's the same thing. When there's competition, I think that brings out the best in people. So, it's a brand new year. We've had a ton of people return, but we gave everybody a clean slate. We like to compete as much as we're competing against each other. We're competing against ourselves as well. We talk about, we have standards that we want to hit, whether it's a hitting percentage, a side-out percentage, and we want to compete against ourselves to hit that number. So, just the overall competitive nature of our gym has been, like I said, the real highlight.
You guys held your inter-squad scrimmage on last Friday. Any positives that were taken away from that scrimmage?
Yeah, again, it's been a theme. We're talking about that competition, but we've been hopping between a 5-1 and a 6-2, and we had a couple different opportunities to run different systems with different people, and with so many different. We have 17 players, and we talk about a total team effort. Being able to have our inter-squad scrimmage, try some different systems, it was just nice to see where everybody was at.
What are some of the goals that the team has set for themselves? Are there any coaching goals that you and your staff have for yourself?
Well, we always want to be the best version of ourselves. I think if you asked anybody on our team, our goal is to get to the Elite Eight. And for us, finishing 7th in the conference last year, to not just say, we want to finish 5th or we want to finish 3rd. We want to put that out there. We want to put it in the universe. We want to go to the Elite Eight. We know that we can hang with the best teams in our conference, and we know the best teams in our conference are talking about winning national championships. So for us, if we want to beat a Concordia or beat a Southwest or beat a Duluth, we can't just stop there. We have to know that in doing that, we're going to be talking about winning a national championship, going to the Elite Eight. And the nice thing is, it's at the Sanford Pentagon. So our goal is to make it back home and make it to the Sanford Pentagon, in December.
You mentioned how tough the conference is with talking about national championship. We were picked to finish 6th in the conference by the coaches. What has to be done either in the practice gym or on the court itself to allow us to finish better than what the coaches had predicted?
Yeah, I think, those polls are an interesting thing, and, we don't put a lot of stock in those. It's always nice to be recognized if you are at the top of one of those polls, but at the end of the day, it's going to be being the best version of ourselves. The matches that we played against the great teams in our conference last year that we played well, we took care of things on our side of the ball. That's where we had great success. So it's all about being the best version of ourselves.
You guys opened up the season in Romeoville, Illinois. With such tough competition, including last year's national runner-up, what tone has to be set early to get the season started off on the right foot?
Yeah, we learned a lot from last year. Last year we played Washburn in our first weekend and lost a heartbreaker, 5-setter. And we're learning some things and we're taking our time. And this year, we really kind of expedited the process of two-a-days. I feel like we're about 2-3 weeks ahead of where we were last year at this point. So we've got to go into that weekend thinking, Palm Beach Atlantic is going to be one of the best teams at the end of the year. We open up with Wisconsin Parkside, who was a 20-win team that beat Lewis last year. So we've got great competition, from point one. And it's a process. We're going to be learning and figuring things out. But we want to be competitive that first weekend with those top teams.
Our best of luck on the season.
Thanks.